Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for TWiT specials is provided by Cachefly at cachefly.com.
I don't know where
Hello, how are you?
It's like an exercise bike, and I need to sit over top of it.
How's tricks?
Ugh. Got back from
State your
LA
name
for
after the
2
tone,
days
and Google Voice will try to
of
reach.
icy winds and all kinds of other cool stuff.
I'll send you a photograph. Now, where are you guys based? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to machine it over at the, we're about to get a subscription at the tech shop. Have you seen it? They're opening? They're opening one in San Francisco, like blocks away from our office. Oh, really? Yeah. That's all I got to say is, yeah. And then there's a guy up here.
There he is, the lovely and talented.
Oh, boy. I'm going to go deaf.
Hi, dude.
Ihnatko.
Okay. Whoever was using this before me was deaf.
Do I look slightly
Now I
less
am.
green after 4 days and 4 or 5 days in California?
Oh, you were out here. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
How was your trip?
Yeah. Which one?
Very sunny, very pleasant, and I felt like I had an LA experience every single day. So,
In the sense of strippers and coke, or in the sense of
Wow, strippers and coke. Wait, what am I missing? My headphones on.
In the sense that Tuesday night I went to a movie screening in which there was a huge line wrapping all the way around the building that I went right past because I was on the VIP velvet rope line. That's LA experience number one. Saw the Griffiths, went to the Griffith Observatory Wednesday. That's tourist thing number two. Thursday, I saw the Craig Ferguson show. Friday, I went to the Magic Castle.
wow.
And,
You did.
and
You
Saturday,
had-
I went to In-N-Out Burger.
You everything except the strippers and coke, actually.
Well, when you have In-N-Out Burger, Meltdown Comics, Craig Ferguson, and blowing past into a VIP line, you don't need the strippers. You still need the Coke, though.
How was
They're turned down with the crackers.
how was the In-N-Out? Did you enjoy
I'm just
that?
going to go with the bleed.
Very good. If there's an opportunity to get In-N-Out Burger, you should just go and get that In-N-Out Burger. It's
That's
exactly
what my son
what
keeps telling me. He says, "Dad, I want to eat it every day." I said, "You can't."
Not every day. Not every day. That would be medically contraindicated. But
so
when you realize that, no, this is how fast food can be.
That's true.
It can be smooth, efficient, friendly, extremely tasty, extremely fresh, affordable, and served by people who really want to serve you good food. In-N-Out Burger, a Mexican institution, California, Oregon, Nevada, Nebraska, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Delaware,
Now, you're
and parts of Puerto Rico.
you're breaking
since
up a little
1963.
bit. He's
Was it him
clipping
that's
a little
breaking
bit.
up? Because I was hearing crackling in the headphones, and I was assuming.
No, that's him. That's not.
I'm not hearing it through the bleed, though.
Put your headphones on.
No, that's just
I
me.
am a jolly red choo rolling down the track. I
you
am
sound
not
clean.
crackling at all, and that's the same in fact. So it's just Andy Ihnatko who's crackling today. It's not the.
I'm cheerful all the day, happy with my lot.
That's better.
How did I get that way?
Did you have a loose?
Look at what I got.
Did you jiggle a loose cable?
Well, to make you think I was doing something, I did a lot of this and mimed reaching over to the computer. Maybe that's what did it.
I think you did have a. You must have had a loose cable because it's all better now. And we're still waiting for Merlin. I call him. I got an answering machine.
I saw him online. So I'm sure he's here somewhere.
No, sorry.
Oh, no, Merlin just came
I'm
online.
not thrilled about vendors in here, frankly. So be an audience member. I really, the idea of having somebody in the audience is to have somebody be an audience member, not to be pitching us. We're trying to do a show here. Okay, but you are, so I don't want to see any more of that. Thank you.
You belong.
Hi, Jim. Yep. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you just tell me what you need.
You belong.
We haven't started it, but I can pose for you.
Is it possible for me to shoot this on the
Absolutely. Doesn't bother me in the least. There's Moylan. Hey, Moylan.
Hi everybody. Can you
How
hear me?
are you?
I'm great. It's nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
Oh, come on. That did nothing.
But you know, don't even worry about that. Yeah, you can get in front of the cameras and stuff. That's fine.
Well, I'll try to, now that I know where they are.
Do what you can, but it's not the end of the world. Now, unfortunately, this has become unresponsive. So I can do this.
I have some equipment like that myself. Later.
Yes, I know. Often,
very unresponsive.
Frequent unresponsiveness.
Come on, do something.
I think I have employees like that.
Look at the beautiful view out of Andy's
I used to.
green screen.
Wow, that is beautiful. Is that a pool back there? A jetpack? What is that?
It looks like he's got a bulldozer, a Tonka truck.
He does. Hey, what's up with the Tonka truck?
That's better.
Do you have children that you haven't? Hey, Andy, do you have children that? Oh, he's not listening.
Maybe it's one of those Day of the Clown cry type situations.
It is. It is. He's got a poor dying child. Hey, do you have kids that you haven't told us about, or is the Tonka truck yours?
Huh? Oh, no. Basically, I am Santa Claus. I just manufactured that this afternoon.
Oh, well done.
Oh.
I thought the elves did all the work.
Nope. This is my attempt to do some cleaning up. There was some, when I moved in here a couple years ago, there were some things in storage in the garage. And now having figured out that nobody wants these unwanted toys, I'm trying to figure out where to put them.
There's no such thing as an unwanted toy.
And I've played with them now for 2.5 months, so.
Now we know you want
Start
it.
your own Rankin Bass special.
It is the unwanted toy.
That still makes me sad. I just see the previews for that and I start crying.
Is there really a Rankin Bass unwanted toy special?
Oh no! Remember, isn't there one with the is it
poor little
Santa Claus is
sand
coming to town?
poor
There's the
little
one
sand
with the,
bucket?
it's the island of broken toys or something.
That's like toys.
That's right. I think
the toys. There
I
you
think that
go,
was
yeah.
Rudolph. Rudolph had an island of misfits, I think.
That must have been. It was Rudolph. Is that with the dentist? Is that where he meets the dentist?
Yep.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a dentist.
My daughter did not like the Heat Miser.
I don't think, frankly, that any children's programming should have dentists in them.
Yeah,
No.
it was a very odd thing to have a dentist
Is
in
it
Rudolph
psych?
the Red-Nosed
Yeah,
Reindeer.
weird.
It's my understanding that their whole thing started with and they did that cool Norelco ad where Santa flies around on the razor. I think that's where their whole thing started.
Really?
You remember that?
Yeah, I
Do you
love
remember
that Norelco
awesome
ad.
commercial. Yeah, I think that was their entree. I think
That was Rankin Bass's beginning, just as like South Park began with the
the
that
Christmas
Spirit of
one.
Christmas.
Christmas is a
Is
good
that
time
true?
to become an animator.
Has that been?
I was there.
What do you mean you were there.
I was there. We were like generation 2 on the VHSs that got passed around because I was at Lucasfilm when Spirit of Christmas came out. And so we got this cassette from LA from, I think it was like George Clooney's agent or somebody like that, that came up to the ranch and we watched that thing. It was like we watched it every time someone walked up.
Again, very hip story. Well, I was ILM at the ranch. I got a tape from George Clooney's agent.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's because he was the epicenter of the whole thing. I think that's what I heard.
like trying to reach him.
We didn't reach him at all. I didn't talk to him. I don't know.
No, I mean in the sense of because clearly it was in addition to being a haha thing, it was clearly there like.
My understanding is that he was the one that got it and started passing it around everybody. Like it was just like it showed up on his, it showed up with his agent or someone's desk or something, whatever. And then they started copying it everywhere and sent it to everyone going, you got to see this. And every time someone walked into our office, we'd be like, okay, so I understand that we have deadlines, but you got to come over and watch this. And then
I had a QuickTime. No, was it QuickTime back then? I don't remember what it was, but I had a whatever it was at the time on a CD, the same CD that had my original copy of Quark Express.
Yeah. You know this is pretty not for.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, it's good.
And of course we didn't realize they were using a Silicon Graphics workstation to generate it. We thought it was
No.
cut out.
When they did it, it was cut out.
Was it cut out?
Yeah,
Really?
they were students at the University of Boulder. This was their term project.
I wish I had. I'm not going to say the name because apparently they're very sensitive to the fact that I keep complaining about this thing crashing.
Oh, ow.
But it has crashed once again.
But yeah, they were students. This was like their term project or something like that. And
That was the first time we saw Cartman. I mean, that was where Cartman.
Well, that was it.
That's got to
That's
be
how
the
they began.
goldest of the gold Cartman.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just remember what would you just have to ask yourself, what would Brian Boitano do?
That was the one, right?
Yeah, that was.
So,
And then the Norelco.
Oh yeah, I used to
Let me see
love.
if I
There's
can
two
find
commercials from my childhood. That one and the one where the dog chases the gravy train around the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that it? It was a gravy
I
train.
hate that one. Yeah.
I used to dream about that.
The Chuck Wagon. Chuck Wagon. That's
Chuck
it.
Wagon. Yes, yes,
Chuck
yes.
Wagon.
Makes its own gravy.
Yeah. The Norelco. Let's see.
I think that's right. You know, Leo, I read so much crap on the internet. And
I know.
process
You can never
it.
really be sure because I just believe everything I read on the internet.
I thought that was actually that salon thing was written by Mick Jagger. That's how dumb I am.
Yeah. What?
Did you read that, by the way?
No. It was a salon article by Mick Jagger, but it wasn't really Mick Jagger.
My bad. I'm an idiot. But I mean, so basically, Keith Richards put out this autobiography.
Yeah, which I'm dying to read. Yeah.
Well, you don't listen to the Fresh Air that he's on because nothing's his fault.
Yeah, right. It was all Mick.
Altamont, not his
It
fault.
was Mick's fault.
I mean, the incredible misogyny of Aftermath, excellent album, not his fault.
No.
But anyway, and now supposedly this guy whose name, oddly enough, is Bill Wyman. Do you care about this stuff, Leo? Do you care about the Rolling Stones?
Bill Wyman, you mean the drummer for the Rolling Stones?
The bass player.
Bass
But no,
player
there's
for
a guy named Bill Wyman who's a rock critic.
But it's not the same Bill Wyman?
No, and he's gotten sued by Bill Wyman. So anyway, this guy wrote this amazing review, 5,000-word review for Salon, as if it was Mick Jagger responding, and it's all based on real stuff. It's all. He has a blog post about it that's fantastic.
Wow.
But basically, he goes into how it's based on other biographies, facts that are on the
so what
record.
Mick would have said had Mick said anything.
It's because they're really different.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's Norelco. Anyway, check it out. It's really good. I'll find the link.
Christmas is a time for closeness, and closeness is what Norelco razors are all about. The shiny new silver rotary razors in cord and rechargeable models with 36
exactly
blades,
like the one I
9
bought. That's supposed to be
closeness
21st
settings,
century.
and no gotchas. And the
40 years
ladybugs,
later.
the ladies' razors that really
It hasn't
work.
changed at all.
And the
It's
Ladybug
exactly the
Salon,
same.
They haven't-
a
they
Ladybug
haven't improved
razor
it
plus
at all.
11 grooming attachments.
We thought they were getting better.
Norelco. Even our name says Merry Christmas.
Well, now
See,
you can shower.
that's when
in
they
the
knew how to make an
shave in
ad.
the- I can shave in the shower without killing yourself.
Yeah.
That's an advance.
That's
for
an
some
advance. Yeah.
people who like their lives. If you don't like your lives, bit of a setback, but they're still the old model. There's still a toaster.
Can you name this commercial?
I can't.
McDonald's?
Oh, very good.
McDonald's gift certificates. Boom.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
I totally remember this. Never quiz.
This
a
is him
latchkey
before the
child.
drugs. This is before the drugs, before the Gremlin, or the Goonies.
Riding the snake. Oh,
Is that Corey?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Each is worth 50 cents at McDonald's, and I booked a 10.
I just realized it when I was looking at it. I was like, it's Corey Feldman.
That's so cute. I totally remember
Who is the kid?
It's Corey Feldman.
this. Corey Feldman.
That's Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
is that the one that's still alive or the one that's dead?
I always
that's still
confuse the
alive.
Corys.
I think he's still alive. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. Is he?
Wow.
You look nice today. I already took out one of them.
Our pop culture expert Eileen Rivera says still alive.
Okay.
He knows
Yeah.
these things. Yeah, she knows these things.
Not a match.
yeah.
The board goes back.
How about Santa? Is he still alive?
Oh man.
Instant color you'll remember from Christmas now to Christmas by and by.
Brilliant instant color by Kodak. The only way to get it is with a Kodak instant camera.
Look at the
Like
size of the
handle
thing.
with a simple
And you have to
button
crank
that
it.
Gives you bright, brilliant color by Kodak instantly.
You've got to crank it.
Rainbow right out Kodak Day.
Kodak gifts say "Open me first" to capture Christmas in pictures instantly.
There you don't. Please don't crawl around. It's okay. Walk in front of the cameras. We have a New York Times photographer in here. The poor guy is literally on his hands and knees, crawling in front of the cameras. It's okay. It's really all right. You're more than welcome. Anybody who has a Canon
The
shooter
New York
is okay,
Times, the
buddy.
one that I've heard of, the one in New York.
The one in New York, they're writing a story about you, Merlin, and they asked to get some pictures of you
Oh,
with the
good.
hair.
He's got a 16 by 30.
You don't mind, do you?
Hey Leo, you know how as you get older, my grandmother used to say she could tell when it was going to rain because her shoulder would hurt. I don't even need to set an alarm. I know when it's time for MacBreak because I look in the mirror and my hair is completely insane. And I know, I better go to walk to the mic.
You mean you don't actually do it for the occasion?
Oh,
huh?
no, it took me an hour to do this. Look at it. I think that happens by
You know, actually, when I used to work with Kevin Rose on TV, he would go in the makeup studio with a jar of bedhead. You know about bedhead? And he'd make his hair look just like that. And he said to me,
That's his look.
that's his look. And he said to me, would you like to do it? And so one day, and I wish I could find the video of this, I did.
Somebody's got out there.
It doesn't work on me. It's not the same on me. I
He's a
should have.
handsome guy.
I
He's
need I need the Sterling Cooper haircut. You know, the 1962.
Oh, Roger.
Is it Sterling, right? Roger Sterling.
Roger Sterling, yeah. Oh, you look great, Leo.
I'm like
Wow,
a fat Roger Sterling. A friend of mine said, I know who you are. She said, you're a cross between Sal, the gay artist, and Roger Sterling. And I said, that's me right there. I'm artistic, but I have gray hair.
I think I'm a combination of Pete and Pete.
You're not Pete.
I'm so Pete. I don't want to be Pete.
Pete's a bad man.
You ever seen that Tumblr, Pete's Bitch Face? That's what it's called.
All right, let me get it. I got to pull it up now. Another digression, another rat hole, thanks to Merlin.
Pete Campbell's bitch face. Yeah.
He's a bad man, that Pete Campbell.
Yeah. He makes this one bitch face a lot.
It's on Tumblr?
It's Pete Campbell's bitchface.tumblr.com. Just like it sounds.
Just like it sounds. And here it is. Oh yeah, he does make that bitch face. Oh man, they even got video of it.
This was a great season for Roger.
Yeah, Roger was good this season. He was upright, he was slender. He was he got red in bed one last time.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Need a minute. That Robert Morris is great too. He looks so different than I remember. He got older.
He's getting on. So people submit bitch face moments. If you'll pardon my French. Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, he's really evil, isn't he? I'm not sure why there's a little piece of him stuck to his head.
I thought this season was good though. I'm sorry, I'll shut up after this.
The end of it was a little
a little bit of a
I was a little disappointed.
But those last few episodes, I love what they've done with Joan. I just love the way her character has gone from being and Peggy. They're just such great characters.
Yeah, and Peggy, I liked how Peggy's gone through this thing. But really, this girl out of nowhere, this secretary. I guess the message of this is that Don was looking for. Well, it was all over with the psychologist when she said, "You got to tell the truth." That was like he said goodbye then, right? Because he tried them both out with his kids, and they both did pretty well with the kids.
I think Don's the ultimate serial monogamist in some ways. He's got to have some woman he knows is there to do his dirty work.
But that was very 60s, right? Is that he cannot stand on his own. He needs a woman, and he was testing women, but it was bad for the psychologist. Was too smart, and she wanted him to tell the truth. She said, "Eventually, you're going to have to say who you are," and that was. Alex is looking at us funny. He doesn't watch.
I don't watch the show.
You don't.
I'm just that guy now.
I don't either. I don't get basic cable.
I like to watch.
You know what's nice, Andy? Though I'm
waiting for them to be done, and then I'm just going to watch the whole series. Here's what's happened.
You know what? I'm waiting for it to be done, and then I'm going to watch the whole series again because it's one of the few shows on television where it's very subtle. There's a lot to watch.
I find that I just enjoy these shows so much more when I watch them all together that I've now gotten into this habit of, like with 24, I don't even think about it until it was all packaged up, and then I can watch them in 3 or 4 at a time or 1 or 2 at a time.
I'm saving that one for the old age home.
That's how we watched The Wire. I mean,
The Wire all at once. Yeah,
a couple episodes of The Wire here and there, but it wasn't until we sat down and watched it 3 times all the way through, like all in a row. Yeah. You know, it helps to get pregnant because when you're pregnant, you got a lot of time to watch TV.
How did the pregnancy really? How did you fare through the pregnancy? Did you have any bloating?
My back hurt a lot toward the end, and I had to pee a lot.
I had that. I had that problem. I gained a lot of weight. That was my issue. But I'm
still working it off.
Yeah, me too.
So this is the enemy, by the way.
What is that?
I understand that they loaded up the store with as many as 2.
They had
of those
2 in the store. In the store that I was in,
they were girded for battle.
In the store that I was in Petaluma, they had 2. And I got the first one, and somebody else got the second one, and then that was it. Although they were going to have them all in stock soon, And then the one in San Francisco apparently had 20. So.
Did you see that? So that thing Gruber linked to, that's not out of the question that they didn't sell half of their 20.
Well, now I'm seeing an article in Information Week that says they're out of stock at T-Mobile and so forth. But, I think out of stock when you have two doesn't really say very much.
Yeah, there wasn't exactly a brace for impact.
There's good social media integration. So I went to the gallery, and this first thing I see is Facebook, LinkedIn, the various pages that I've attached. Then my pictures, right?
So this feels very Zune-like. So if you already use
it's totally Zune-like. It's the Zune Metro interface.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. It's very. the thing is, it's very in your face. If you don't like these tiles, too bad, buddy.
Yeah,
but I have a lot of respect for them for going their own way.
I
do
do too.
Real invention they've done. Anyone has done since the iPhone came out. It's not. It's not like Android where they're saying, "Oh,
it's very fast."
iPhone. We can do a knockoff of that.
Touch quality is excellent. But it's Samsung, right? Okay, Samsung's already. They've made quite a few Android phones. They know how to do this. AMOLED screen. It's a real browser, which is nice. It's, Internet Explorer, but it's a real browser. Here's somebody sent me a link to, it was Brushwood, sent me a link to, he said, now I know there is something even more tasteless. Michael Jackson, The Immortal World Tour by Cirque du Soleil. And he'll never die. Let's see. I don't know why that's there.
But you're showing off one of the big advantages of that phone. That Android phones, the touch interface is always about a split second behind your finger.
This is very snappy.
It's really keeps up with you immediately.
Here's the phone interface.
So when you did that movie, it didn't just do an auto fill the screen?
Well, that was, I think, because of the way Cirque had done this. Mm-hmm. So it's pulling in stuff from all of my places. In fact, you can see it's stitched together. There's a little, you can't see it, but a little chain link there that's stitched together, two different profiles. Some of it's pretty intuitive. Some of it's, odd. Some of it's not. There's a Zune, I've got the Zune player on here, so I can listen to music somewhere. I don't know where it went.
So you can do so this could replace your Zune.
Oh yeah, this replaces your Zune. Except there's a little bug. You can't add SD memory yet. They've got a little problem with that, but that will be fixed. That's a driver issue. But they say there's a little sticker on it say do not put an SD card in here. Whatever you do not. What happened? Did you go to sleep?
Oh,
I'm loading a game. This is actually a really good game. This is The Harvest. I wonder what that was.
I think there's Flash.
You think? I don't know. There's no explicit Flash. This is a great game, I have to say. I won't load it, but it uses the touch interface well. It's very focused on the social, right? So this is the people tile. So this is coming from LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, just kind of all mushed together.
That's interesting.
Recent.
What's the typing?
Updates.
When you post something,
it's very much like the iPhone. Let me. That's interesting. I guess Pete Campbell's calling me. Oh, somebody saw the phone number.
Oh man,
isn't that cute?
That's weird.
There's some nice ringtones, but you can make anything a ringtone. I should answer it and berate.
I have a
them.
feeling they're going to say first.
Yeah, first. All my phones ring when that phone rings, by the way.
I'm sorry. We were looking for call number 104. You do not win the New York Cherokee.
Let me type something here.
And you got the phrase that pays.
Tickets to Supertramp.
How do I do? Let's see. New. Okay.
Leonard Skinner has had over 4 backup bass players in their 1980s tours. Which one was the only redhead of the combo? You have 10 seconds.
And here's the thing that it does, which is kind of interesting. TOMM. So it's guessing here. This is a little bit like how the Android does it. And, they said, oh, no, it just will really know what you type automatically. And then you could select it. I will be changing my number.
It's kind of like a T9 /
It's a little teeny. Oh, and then you see that if I highlight that, this is actually nice. Nothing does this that I know of. I can change that word. So, oh no, that shouldn't be ging. It should be going. And then instead of CBS, I meant to say changing. I don't know how I got there, but that makes it very easy. There's no cut and paste, but that's okay. We can live without that, as we know. So and I can attach a picture. Oh, great camera, by the way. And one of the nice things they do with the camera, here, let me take a picture of Alex. One of the nice things they do with the camera is, oops, that's wrong. There we go. Is when the phone is off or locked, you could take a picture right away. Okay, let's send that out.
Oh, nice. That drives me
that's
crazy
great.
on the iPhone.
Yeah. So let me turn it off again, and then watch. You have to. So it's off. I press and hold the camera button, and even if I've got a lock on it, it will go right into the camera mode. Let me take a picture. It's pretty quick too.
Wow. That's great.
So it's as good a camera, I would say, as the iPhone. 5 megapixel, pretty good camera. I could slide down here to see what I just took, which is, I think, well done. You know, zoom and all that works. So I'm pretty happy with some features. I don't think I would replace the iPhone with it. I think that they're right to market this to feature phone users because it feels a little feature phony. You know, I mean, it's got a lot of functionality, but I don't think it will be as scary. This seems to be infinite,
but I haven't personally played with an Android phone since the G1, so I'm a bad person to probably.
Yeah, no, the Android phones have come a long way since then.
Oh no, totally. I mean, I've seen the demos and stuff, but with this feels very polished for. I don't know. I want to say this without sounding like a left-handed compliment. It sounds like they've been somewhat courageous.
Yes.
About saying this is going to do this one kind of thing, and we're going to focus on that. And this demo is really better than any Android thing that I've seen in a while.
It's very fluid, very elegant. I like Android because I'm a computer user, right? So Android really feels more like a computer. Mm-hmm. This feels more like a feature phone with a lot of features or something. I mean, that's probably it's not like an iPhone either. And it does make the iPhone feel a little bit clunky. So this is Foursquare. A lot of companies have written, you know, there's a Facebook app for it. There's a Foursquare app for it. A lot of companies have written, you know, Twitter app is already out. So the
eBay app is gorgeous.
Is it?
I think it's the best example app of what that user interface is capable of, because it really looks like a very slick packaged video production of. And now here is your Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Oh, interesting.
The background picture will change to like the highlight picture of the item. There'll be a really slick little gallery. You still have that nice little text interface.
It's interesting how many apps there are. I mean, there I would say many hundreds of apps. You know, I mean, it's these are Xbox Live games.
How's the buying process on the apps?
It's very simple. In fact, it bills you through AT&T unless you choose otherwise. It is an AT&T phone. I don't find it to be any better in terms of connectivity than the iPhone, but I haven't done extensive testing yet. But here's one thing I don't like. I'll search for eBay, and it will not just, and I'm in the App Store, but it will still show me music and stuff like that. It says Marketplace Search, but I'm also going to get Weird Al Yankovic. So let's download that.
Yankovic.
So that's the process. Confirm purchase. Install, and it's done. You know, I'm now this is not yet on Wi-Fi. I haven't logged into the Wi-Fi here, but I'm pretty impressed. It's very elegant. It really feels, and this is the AMOLED screen. Anyway, I'm not doing that on MacBreak Weekly because I know the rancor. People have really signaled very clearly that they don't want anything against Apple on this show.
I think,
and we decided to listen to them.
Leo, what they've signaled is what they've signaled is that they like what they like.
Right, and don't mess with me. Yeah, and don't mess with me. Whatever you do.
Well, it's hard to do. Like I've seen a lot of people say they don't want to hear iPhone or iPad stuff, which I think on the one hand makes sense, but increasingly I think that's going to be a really hard.
Well, we can't not do that. But here's the issue: shouldn't we be talking about Windows Mobile as well? Because this is a competitor, and this is direct response to the iPhone, and it's I think very interesting what choices they've made in respect to the iPhone, and what they've learned from the iPhone, what they've decided not to take the iPhone on directly with. Things like that are all relevant to Apple. But, you know, there are definitely, and, you know, who knows, maybe it's 6 people who shout a lot. I mean,
I'll be curious to see what developers think about developing for the Windows 7 stuff. Because typically Microsoft has actually been really good at supporting.
It looks very, I mean, just what I've seen, it looks like it's easy to develop for. People have jumped on it. Now, I was hoping for the TWiT app, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, because Microsoft has been typically one of the best companies, actually, about, you know, working with developers, supporting developers, and you know, moving that forward. So it'll be really interesting, because I think that's been the big developers that I've talked to about Android versus iPhone has said, you know, it's much easier to write for the iPhone than than the Android.
Merlin, are you ready for me to plug the book in your lower third yet, or?
Oh no! You don't have to plug anything in. You can plug in Merlin Mann or Merlin Mann's fine.
Okay, merlinmann.com.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Screwed up my DNS the other day. Oh, brother!
It's better than screwing up your DNA, which is what I thought you originally said.
Well,
I've done that.
My family's from Kentucky, so I get a little of both.
I was just thinking about all the acid I took in the 60s. That's
man.
March of Dimes kept telling me.
Oh, man.
And did I listen? No. I should have paid attention.
But he plays a hell of a banjo.
Ding, 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 ding.
Both sides of my family are independently from rural Kentucky. It's very odd.
Independently. Well, they obviously felt akin, so to speak.
They just recognized that they were cousins without needing to be told.
There's my cousin. I better marry her. Where do you guys keep your dock? On the left or on the bottom?
Bottom center.
See, I used to be a bottom center guy, but now on this Air, because it's so squooshed to 16.9.
You don't want to give it up.
I'm putting it on the left because
I'm also forever trying to grab the lower right-hand corner to resize and hitting my trash. So I kind of when I'm on one monitor, I used to have it on the right because that's my mouse in hand. So indicating.
Is that what you do with that hand?
Yeah.
Is that wax on, wax off?
Wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi.
And my drink won't fit in the CD player.
Mr. Miyagi.
Now, do you use the shrinking dock or do you keep them all full size?
I've got full size and show on mouse over.
Right. I have them as small as they can go when they're not being rolled over, and as big as they can go when you are rolling over. And then
we should do screen grabs. We should share these things.
I think so. I think this one whole episode should just be how I use my Mac.
Yeah.
Leo, you're singing my song. Yeah. I think people would love that.
Actually, I think you sang your song way back in 1978 in this little commercial. You may remember. Let me just pull it up here.
My favorite heroes are Spider-Man,
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Merlin Mann in his first television appearance. Sorry about the sound. Or is that you, Merlin?
They're on me. It's wigs. It's all wigs.
Wow, that sound is really awful. Oh, she's in a bikini.
Be a Christmas morning hero. Give underoos the gift that's fun.
And ladies and gentlemen, he still wears them.
I somehow missed the underoos.
Yeah,
I was just a tiny bit too old.
Yeah,
just
we were too old for underoos.
Yeah.
But my brother had them.
Here's the
Spider-Man.
classic. Here is the classic. This is I don't know why I'm in a holiday mood.
I wish that I could be a star in the sky.
My teeth aren't bad enough yet. I'd like to drink some sugar water.
I want to die with you tonight, Santa.
We'll never fight each other.
I hear there are virgins waiting for me in heaven.
May all your wishes come true. Season's greetings from your local bottler.
That's not what I saw Santa drinking last night.
Mr. Tessmacher, I hire you to screen these people.
That was a good one. I love that line about being able to see the world in a candy bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. This is all from Jenks67.com, which is a blog. Christmas commercials from the 70s and 80s that Jenks put together. Jenks stands for Gen X, I guess.
That's a good question, Andy.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is slightly off topic.
Were we on topic at any point? Oh, yeah, I guess we were briefly.
Why is Superman 2 so high on Metacritic?
Okay. The question is it the original Superman 2 or the Donner edit of Superman 2? Because there has been a movement afoot to restore Superman 2 to the original Richard Donner cut that was there before he was fired off the project, and it was turned into the pale, trashy travesty.
I read about that. Yeah. I think so. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? The thing is, I think this precedes that. I think for years it's got to be a joke. It's got to be whatever it's called, when you put a fake road on a map.
A meme or something, yeah. Oh, trap. Oh, interesting.
Or I don't know. But
steal our reviews and we'll know it.
Like, as long as I can remember on the site, Superman 2 has either been essentially second after The Godfather as the highest rated, or like Army of Shadows, like the highest rated movie.
What?
Look it up. It's been there for years.
Superman 2?
Superman 2? Is that the one with Gene Hackman in the bad wig?
So I live on Metacritic's one of those dumb sites where I actually do, I go there a lot. And to just see, like, I love the good reviews and the bad reviews and blah, blah. And Superman 2 for years, was #1 or at least #2.
Okay, movies. Where should I go? Movies?
DVDs or whatever.
DVD,
they just redesigned.
Blu-ray,
They just redesigned.
#1, Toy Story 3. Oh, yeah. Well, so now these are more recent.
These are new releases. All releases.
Oh, these are new releases.
Click all releases.
Since
By
the
Metascore. Here, by Metascore or by user score?
Go to all releases, not new releases.
All releases.
All releases by Metascore.
By Metascore.
Let me go to archive.org and see if they got an old one.
Balthazar is #1. I don't even know what that is.
Well, a lot of it's going to be like Criterion stuff. Like Army of Shadows is probably pretty high.
Godfather's up there.
It's a Cabria is pretty high.
Superman 2, 99. Users 5.5. It's not the user score.
Seven
it's something
Samurai.
going on with Metacritic because it's not the user score.
I think it's a jokey thing. I can't believe it stayed up this long. It's one thing to do that as an Easter egg,
right.
but it's there like...
They're
anyway,
ranking Superman 2 over Seven Samurai?
Well,
over The Night of the Hunter? Over Army of Shadows and Pan's Labyrinth?
Seven Samurai is not even in English, Leo.
And where is Knights and Rodanthe, I ask you?
And why do you get so many that are 100? How does that work?
What about Mac and Me? Because a lot of times it's a small sampling, very small sampling. It'll be like 5, Ebert and 4 other people that have like redone it.
I got to find out what this Balthazar is.
There's a bunch where like Ebert gave it a pretty
Robert Bresson.
Review back in the day.
Robert Bresson's 1966 film focuses on the story of the donkey Balthazar and
right.
the
He goes
people
around town
around him.
Oh, this is how I learned about Army of Shadows, and I can highly recommend it. It's about
This
the
is
French
good.
resistance,
This is
and
useful, yeah. This is useful. Let's just see. Based on 7 critics, this is, User score 5.5, but this, let's see who the 7 critics are.
Social Network was burying the needle on the
look
news.
you could blame Roger.
I love that
Entertainment
guy.
Weekend, not credited. Elvis, some guy named Elvis.
I love Elvis Mitchell.
No, actually,
Can you
he's good.
introduce me to him sometime, Andy? I know he doesn't know me from Adam, but I'd love to meet that man
Roger,
someday.
you're talking about Roger Ebert.
Man, I got so much aloha for that guy.
We want to get him on the show, actually.
He's been on fire the last 4 years. The best writing of his life.
Brilliant, and some of it 140 characters.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Hey, by the way, if you're listening and you're not on his following him on Twitter, you should.
Oh, it's a must.
That is like one of the top.
He's easily one of the. It's not my kind of Twitter following, so I only check in with him. I can't keep up with that, but he's better at it than anybody.
What do you mean? What do you mean your kind of Twitter following?
Check out this link. I just can't keep up with that. I've moved to lists now. I've got a list of 10 people I have to read.
Huh.
I just can't keep up with that. I can't. But my point.
So you
being,
don't ever go to the webpage and just look at what's going on in the stream.
Sandwiches, runs. But anyway.
I agree with you. You know what? This is something that's been lately bothering me about Twitter is that you can't just go, and even though I'm following a carefully selected group, it's inconsistent. Sometimes they put good stuff in there, and then you get Gary Busey.
When you're still, I don't like the retweet. The retweet coming in.
The
is someone
retweet is
else.
kind of because it's people I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, who is this?
I don't follow Andy Richter, but
Grease
Philip
Monkey?
Nelson does, and Philip Nelson feels that Andy Richter belongs in my Twitter stream. No. So how do you do? You use lists?
Well, there's 2 things. One problem, Leo, I finally deactivated my Facebook yesterday. And one thing I realized is I had to use iMacro because I want to delete every friend too. So I had to use iMacro. It took 2 hours with iMacro to go in. Have you ever used iMacro?
No.
You basically, it's a Firefox extension that basically lets you automate screen movements. It's a lot like
cool. So it's click.
Yeah, but it
I
took
can
2
use that
hours.
I need to use that for Foursquare because it's there's no accept all on Foursquare. You have to click. each one.
Well, there's Grease Monkey scripts that'll do a lot of that. But the other thing is the analog of you can't delete a lot of friends on Facebook is you can't if you want to not see the retweets of one person, it's a onesie-twosie thing.
Right.
You can't go in and say, I just don't want to see retweets, dude.
Right.
I'll tell you what I thought. I was walking around the other night, got some Chinese food, and I realized the killer feature for Twitter is to take the list functionality and then take all of the other functionality and make it by list too. So only show me responses. Only show me responses from this
apply
list.
functionality to lists. Brilliant idea.
And that's when Twitter becomes something I can use again.
Brilliant
That would be
freaking idea. So you can't say no retweets at all? You can't say, there's no...
You can use TweetDeck, which gives you a lot of granularity.
Oh, that's why I think I've seen that. Okay,
Use
got
minus
it.
signs and searches, but it's all a hack. There's no way to say this is not how I really use it. And I use the web app. Unlike my friends, I use the web app.
I
and
do
use
too.
the iPhone sometimes. But
You also follow a lot more people than I do.
I follow too many. Well, that was from the great Twitter automatic follow bug. Remember that? where you could force somebody to follow you.
I follow like 100 people.
I went from about 400 or 500 to 3,000 or 4,000, and I still haven't figured out who did that to me. And so I should start unfollowing more aggressively. But you're right, the retweets confuse the hell out of me.
I like the list. I've got like 10 people on the list where it's like,
I think that's what Scoble does. I think that's what Scoble does.
And Lonely Sandwich. Scott Simpson, my wife, Soul Brother. If I miss these, I'll be sad because somebody's hard drive broke and I get 40 posts in a row about how sad they are about their hard drive.
Well, and I'm guilty of that. I post in Bert's. Roger Ebert, what is his Twitter handle?
Roger
Ebert Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. Anyway, tell him the internet loves him, Andy. I know he knows that.
He knows that. He does know that. He's beloved.
He's a Marine and he's a machine. The fact that each one of his blog posts gets and deserves like 700 to 800 responses, he will read 700 to 800 responses and respond to like dozens of them at length. And these aren't people who like will go, yeah, first post, woot. It's people who will write like a 500-word essay in response to the thoughts that he created with that essay, and he's reading all of it.
Here's an example. This is kind of one of the miracles of the internet. Here's an example of somebody who's found a new medium, essentially, and exploits it beautifully. And really, I mean, it's wonderful. Of course, he was already a great writer, but I mean, he's really found his métier, as kind of as a second or third, career.
Yeah, well, he's always been a machine as a writer. Right, I mean, he's legendary as one of those guys who he works very, very hard, but he's not the kind of guy who needs to sweat for 8 hours over a 1,000-word review. When he's ready, he will sit. The stories that are around the Sun Times are that he will just be hated by everybody else who's sweating out their column because he will be in the office just talking and laughing and enjoying, and then check his watch and realize that okay, it'll take me about 33 minutes to write this. It's due in 34 minutes. Okay, here we go. And the first draft will be perfect.
And I think that's how he wrote Beyond the Valley.
I take it back.
Yeah, really. Is Merlin, are you still mired in your book? Are you still in there?
I'm mired in everything. It's just I have days like that. I have days where I can pinch off 5,000 like pretty above average words. Last thing I wrote for 43 folders, like just. But the thing I wrote for 43 folders the other day, it's like a pretty funny.
Yeah, you just pinch off a loaf.
There you go.
A loaf of words.
Pinch a loaf.
Get a couple cups of coffee.
Word loaf. Yeah, and that's about what it is.
It's the granola and the coffee that really makes it much easier.
I gotta tell you, Andy, not to kiss your ass, but like you, Snell, Syracusa, and Ebert, four that come to mind as people where I'm just like, how in the F did he write all of those good words so quickly? It just blows me. Snell's the same way though, and John Syracuse like, oh, Snow Leopard came out. Here's 90,000 words.
Dr. Mom just came in, so I just have to say, Dr. Mom, I got it. Thank you. Am I allowed to open it, or do I have to wait until Christmas for the present, the gift?
I say you open it.
Should I open it right now? Dr. Mom's the child. And by the way, I know people are tuning in for a show called MacBreak Weekly.
We have another show after this, too,
But I like these guys so freaking much, and we have such great conversations, and we don't do it often enough.
Yeah.
Especially,
you should put this out. Put this out as something, Leo.
I put this out as the...
MacBreak Rat Hole.
That's
a whole other show.
It's all for charity. This is all for charity.
It's right. Let's see the tote board. Actually, I got a new Twitter display that we're working on that's going to show tweets behind me right there. Going across the screen. It's very risky because it's unedited.
Yeah, I was about to say. Are you being serious?
Yeah.
What? How will you know that that's gone extremely well?
When we go viral on YouTube.
When Jason Calcanis is tweeting into...
Oh, yeah. That's how Jason
I'll play Pocketball's Cannon really fast. Yeah, that'll just let it hit.
All right, let me just... I gotta open this here. No, the pre-show to me, it's like... there are a few of these shows, actually it's most of the shows, where these guys are my friends, right? They're my buddies, and it's just the chance to sit around and talk without having too much of an agenda is too golden to pass up, Oh, look at this. Look at this. Man. I think she did some needlepoint. Did you needlepoint this yourself, Dr. Mom? She's very crafty, Dr. Mom is. She's very, very crafty. So we have debated about putting the pre-shows on... in some way or form or fashion.
People would enjoy it.
Oh, I got to read the card. Okay, Dr. Mom, I'll read the card. I always forget to read the card.
Hey, can I see?
No, not yet, not yet. Mm-hmm. I know I promised you a T-shirt. When I saw this pattern, I couldn't resist making it for you. It's cruel work. She needlepointed it. You now have an FCC-approved list of monthly thematic comments to make to any guest who cheeses you off. All the stitching was done while listening to or watching TWiT, she says, so it's really you all over. When you see these, this is hysterical. I'm going to show you these. I'll pull it up on the close-up cam here.
Oh my gosh, that is so great.
Yeah. So not in a million years. Loser. Go fly a kite. Get bent. No way, Jose. Look, she's got little jalapenos attached. There was a dice
So
on the
cute.
loser. A kite. Take a hike. Beat it. No can do. 2 + 2 = 3. Idiot. Numbskull, turkey, and shut it. And then there's a little Christmas thing there. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? And Dr. Mom, the New York Times is very interested apparently in this needlework. And so any day now you're going to...
If this wasn't a business, it is now.
Yeah, right. Miguel Helft is going to say, the hottest new business out there right now, I don't know what, crewel work. Crewel work.
Great.
I did read the card. Thank you, iBookery. Thank you, Dr. Mom. That is great. We'll put this somewhere very nice. Look at that. So the long-lost art of crewel work, of needlework, is not lost any longer. You know, I have a sampler that my great-great-great, I don't know, my mom would know, really old, 200 or 300-year-old sampler that my one of my ancestors did as a child. They would do your first needlepoint, you know, and it has the Lord's Prayer or whatever on it. Yeah.
My sister did it when she was in high school.
Really?
She did tons of it. Yeah,
Good
she
for her.
like won awards and
Good for her. That's really neat.
It was like when I grew up, you'd go to these church functions and there was all these women in the back that would always sit in there just working away.
Yeah. Listen,
You Look Nice Today is honored to have a lot of amazing.
you
I don't
have
even
a
call them
lot.
fans, but just wonderful people.
and a lot of crowdsourced stuff.
Yeah, B Frank, BEEFRANCK, almost everywhere. She does amazing like needlepoint. Hasty fellatio. She did that one up for us. And she did one of mine the other day. She did, my life is a model of efficacious and elegance. There she is.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
she
there
does,
it is.
Anyway, she is a stitch, literally. Fantastic person.
Oh my gosh.
Go check her out. She's amazing.
As loud as hell, a ringing bell behind my smile, it shakes my teeth. Is that from
Pixies, a Pixies song, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. She, you know, obviously, well, that's it on the needlework.
Hanging at my house, I have Let's Skip Lunch today.
Bridget Frank. She's a. Let's see it. Your arrogance. I like that one. Is what makes you special. That's inspired by.
She's the best.
That is awesome. She's good too. Look at that.
There's a whole community around this, like. What do they call it? I mean, I don't want to misuse the term.
Handicrafts.
Subversive cross stitching, is that what you call it? Or it's anyway.
Okay,
she's awesome.
This is a little subversive.
Bridget.
This is a little subversive. Put that on a pillow. Children, ask your parents. It's okay. They'll be glad to explain. Fight Club haiku. Worker bees can leave. Even drones can fly away. The queen is their slave. Wow. That's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That is deep.
Superman 2.
All right, let's start the show. We've had enough fumfering around. Meanwhile, I have recorded all this, and I guess we should put this out as a twit. What is the opposite of special? A twit mundane.
A twit mundane. That should be it. It's the mundane.
I'm telling you,
feed.
man, it's got this week in curling. This week in curling.
Yeah.
It's this week. It's the
Pitch them
Milky
off.
Way
Pitch
bar.
them the
It's
curl,
mostly
please.
whipped air.
Andy, you got some great backlight going up here. Look at Andy's backlight.
It's in and out. It's New England fall. I had a nice snowed backdrop for you, but unfortunately the weather took it away from me 2 days ago.
Oh, there was some snow. That's nice. I
Yes.
was thinking my daughter might be experiencing her first snowstorm in Upper New York State this week.
Exciting times.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get that phone call soon, I'm sure. Help! There's white stuff coming out of the sky.
Somebody erased all the color from the backyard.
It's so
freaking me
quiet.
out, man.
My wife, my wife went to school in Boston for a master's, and she was she's from Southern California, and she just couldn't figure out how to deal with it, and she's talking to a guy from Sweden who was never bothered by the whole thing, and she asked him, "How do you do it? How do you deal with it?" And he goes, "Just remember, there is no bad weather, just bad clothing."
That's good. That's true. That's true.
I was going to say drinking and the consolation of suicide.
No, that's Norwegians.
That's very Bergman.
It is. All right, here, let's go. This is good.
Yep.
This is good. We're in the mood. We've got started. Is there anything I need to do for you that you would?
I think we have to call him Mr. Laporte, though.
Looking back at these guys?
Just looking back.
He's focusing on the ball. I just want you to know, the ball is in focus. I'm not. That'll give you some idea of where they're going with this story. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Thanks so much. Where are you based? Out of San Francisco? Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for coming all this way. Yeah. 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 Oh, you're sitting. Oh, so you're a staff photographer. Oh, how fun! What a great job that must be. God, I'm jealous.
Most days.
We're all photographers here. All of us really love photography. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and this is our friend Scott Bourne's famous Cranes in the Fire Mist. This is a picture he took 20 years to make. He knew he would see. He pre-vised it, and he waited for the right time. It's an amazing picture. It's too bad it's obscured by a sailor hat, but behind there is a great picture. Anyway, nice to meet you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks. All right. New York Times. Leo Laporte. No. What actually the story is: exercise ball mania sweeps California. They may not mention me, but that's okay.
Petaluma man gets bald.
Has blue ball. All right. Let us begin the day with a fine cup of coffee, everyone. And I hope you've had yours. I've had mine, certainly.
Can you give me 30 seconds?
Take your time. He's got to pee now.
Yeah, I had too much
The
coffee.
granola and coffee went right through him. My wife greeted me today with a fine glass of psyllium husks. And I said, what the hell? Oh, now Merlin, too, apparently. Go ahead, Andy. Just play us out.
Okay.
I feel like Garrison Keeler.
I was watching the. Okay, here. I think some people already know. I haven't checked Twitter, but I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart. But tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know by the dawn that you will be gone. You panned down the list of insults while I was singing this lovely, lovely song.
Oh, no, you didn't.
That's not even.
You weren't supposed to see that. That was an artistic fade, like they do in Don Kirshner's midnight special. Just the artistic fade. Here we go. Just like that.
Andy, we are recording an album when you come out for Macworld.
I'll work on my glam makeup.
I'm warning you.
I would warn you. He was probably going to want to play the thumb piano behind you.
Don't warn me. Warn the listeners.
Telling you.
I think we could sell that record.
No, I'm
for
talking.
A lot.
I'm working on getting you. Like Andy, I'm not messing around. I'm not going to record in my office.
You know
I'm working on a studio.
Do Andy, but also get Scott, get Merlin to play something. Merlin's a great guitarist.
Merlin, will you come play?
Just a cut from each, and we'll sell it for charity.
Okay.
And I'll do my famous Tuvalu throat singing.
I'll play the Mbira.
And you can do the Mbira. It'll be great. What is your talent, Merlin? What was that exactly? He's off. His mic is off. Merlin, you're muted. Unmute.
As I've demonstrated several times on You Look Nice Today, I don't know how to throat sing. Adam can. Adam can do it.
Can he really?
I just sound like I ate some bad paella.
I think it takes years of
the whistling. The whistling's the hard part.
Okay.
All right.
Is it Tuvalu or
Tuvan? It's
Tuvan.
in Is it Siberia? I think it's near
Yeah. I keep confusing it with Tuvalu, the Caribbean island that's sinking.
Oh,
but it's not.
You don't
It was
want
making
that.
a lot of money on the way down.
Yeah, right. In fact, they've made a lot of money from us because .tv is.
Right.
It is time. I know we only have an hour and a half to do MacBreak Weekly. Good Lord, how are we going to do it?
I see. It kind of stinks though. If we're going to be 55 minutes late, let's go for the full hour and say that we were a full hour late starting. We screwed around for 60 uninterrupted minutes.
Wait a minute.
We actually started on time too. It wasn't like it was set
breaking
up.
the 4 minute and 1 second mile. No, let's break the 4
time
minute
change.
mile.
It's the time change. That's
It's
why
the
we're
time
screwed
change.
Up.
We're screwed
actually
up.
early. We're early.
No, the truth is, I wanted to give that photographer all the room he needed to get around, and now we can begin. He's gone.
That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
I am sticking to it, and I had some things to do. Okay, let us begin the program. Please turn off all your radios, but you may leave the. I got to turn this off here.
Small, just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know by the dawn that you will be gone. But tonight you belong to me, just a little old me.
He's really going for the full.
That's the song Hodgman does too. That's a beautiful song. Is that the song Hodgman does?
It's from The Jerk. Yeah,
it's from The Jerk. That's right.
Yeah. Steve Martin played with sung it with Bernadette Peters.
Right. Now I remember that. But next we'll be doing Pennies from Heaven.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven.
He does that so well.
I believe, I don't want to make you nervous, Andy, but I believe Steve, in fact, does listen to this show. So.
Oh, I'm sure he's a big fan.
Okay. No, I'm not joking.
Steve, the thing is, I just learned it yesterday, and I think that's the reason why I'm going to have to go and buy a capo, because that's so totally not in my top or my bottom range.
You sounded good.
Email me privately, Steve. I'll make an MP3 where it's actually in my key.
If Steve Martin is really watching this, can I just say one thing, Steve?
Yeah.
This certifies that you have had a personal encounter with me and that you found me warm, polite, intelligent, and funny.
You see, that's why I don't like to mention these celebrity viewers that we have.
No, he's definitely would not listen to this
now
show.
We're going to tense up. I need another hour.
What
just
I would
to sort
give to
of
have
relax
Steve on
now
the
to it.
Oh,
show. That's all.
We're going to have him on in about a week because his novel's coming out. No, Steve, you didn't hear this before, Merlin, but Steve DM'd me saying a big fan.
What? Shut up.
Yeah, and I've appeared in some of his tweets.
I can't know that.
And
I love him so
I know.
much.
Who doesn't love him? And I do know for a fact that he's an iPad Today viewer. He's a big iPad user, but I think he's also a big Mac guy. And we are going to interview him the weekend after Thanksgiving. He's going to be on.
Tell him I said hi, because I can't be on that show.
No, it won't be on MacBreak Weekly. It'll be part of the radio show.
Good.
He's a big fan of the radio show, actually.
Boy, Merlin and Steve and Andy together would.
I think that'd be great. But I'm still holding out for the Jerry Lewis special.
Yeah, 1/3 of that would be sufferable.
We are working on the Jerry Lewis special. I think we want to do a tie-in.
That I'm not going to miss with the giving and the thing.
That's one hell of a concert writer. I hope your people really are on top of that, because
I want white paper and drape, and I want this bowl to be 6 inches from the glade.
And also, it's important to have about 50 half-filled water glasses throughout the place, so that anytime he wants to do that, stuck the water glass on his mouth gag, it has to be ready and ready to go at a moment's notice. You don't know when genius is going to strike.
You never know.
You know what the problem is? And now this is an industry that fears a genius.
I shouldn't have never said.
Martin Short buries the needle. Martin Short does a Jerry Lewis.
He does. Yeah, he really is brilliant.
It's not just because of the artifice. It has to come from the love.
You know what, Andy? We should review the Sean Levy book just once a month, just to keep in practice.
Yeah, I got it right here. I can pull it out.
I'm reading from the third book of the Dean Martin roast.
To the epistle of Dean. And I sent unto him the cufflinks from Frank, and it was given that we would be on the stage and reunite.
And so the Jerry did microphone up his child's bedroom so that he could hear unto himself his comments to his brother after corporal punishment for a story on the Dick Cavett show in 1 week's time.
And the marble floor upon which he laid, his back ablaze, a gun in the drawer, along with drugs, the children being beaten with belts, and the thing, and the giving, and the love.
And it was good. Amen. All right.
I just want to say that I think this is the best Andy's ever looked.
It was fantastic. It's a truck.
No, it doesn't look as good when you look online. Look at it here on Skype.
What you can't get through through.
It's just the right amount of fill. What are you using for fill?
Phil Ryerson, he's a kid from next door.
But I think it's not the fill. I think it's the hair light, or maybe better put the mutton chop light that's really giving it the highlights.
I adjusted the 2 key lights to be more highly elevated to give me a better shadow line. Also, on the background.
What are you using? Are you using big? Are you using China balls?
Oh boy, easy tech.
Because let me tell you, you look great.
You know the problem with those China balls is you just want to get another out.
The problem is if you get a China ball that's too big. We have China balls that are too big. It's
we have this guy over here.
Ask that question again while I've got a mouthful of water. We're really doing the dirty look.
Go ahead. Have a drink. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. No, come on.
Because I've got a $500 monitor over there, and I've got an $800 video camera over there.
Roll it. I'm right.
How about those China balls?
It's not good if you turn your head and spit in a safe area.
The better Jerry Lewis spit take question is, now, Jerry, what people don't really remember, and you're the only person doing work in this regard, is that after the Haitian earthquake, disease, pestilence continues, and there are still 10,000 people dying each and every day in Haiti after the earthquake. I wonder if you have any comments about that. Classic bit. Oh, Jerry, classic bit. He's the king. He's the king. I don't even care that I didn't get copped for this ticket. Screw Cirque du Soleil. You are the real headline on Tooth Libertarian.
I don't know what just happened, but we did make it to just a little afternoon.
We just broke the 1 hour barrier.
Now we can, in fact, begin. And if you choose at any point to have a spit take in the show, it's fine with me.
I'm covered with tea. To be clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not do it with tea. You should do it with plain water. You'll have yellow clothes.
So you can do that when you wear a different shirt every single day and throw out the shirt you wore the day before.
Right.
Oh, you get a pair of socks that's on your bed waiting for you when you walk into the room, right?
Never the same twice. That's right.
You know that they're fresh and yours.
I wouldn't want to
We're just blowing any chance of a Jerry Lewis booking. I'm so sorry for that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he knows about the internet.
He knows it comes from the love.
It comes from the love. Bonehead finds this embarrassing. I just want you to know. This is not funny, says Professor.
So
you came here for some serious talk.
Why don't you get back to that job you're being paid to do in your cubicle instead of listening to us?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I took time off for lunch, and I had really hoped that you'd be...
We should.
a lot of fun out of screwing my boss out of an hour of work.
All right.
Okay, that leaves us a good 12 minutes. We can fill a good 12 minutes.
We got plenty. We got plenty of time. God knows.
Fine. We're fine.
This is by the way, the new "You Look Nice Today." By the way, when is the last time you did a "You Look Nice Today"? Merlin?
Oh, you mean the one that came out last week?
Oh, you have one, a new one. Awesome.
Yep.
We'll plug that.
It's about the miracle of birth. There's a lot of birth related stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. I would suggest perhaps. Listener advisory.
It's not a good first episode.
Not for the squeamish.
No.
Certainly. Or anybody living in Squamish. Let's start the show. Wait a minute.
Have we started again?
Yes, we're starting again.
93 days, sir. We're done for. Have we started again?
I should have just left this graphic up the entire
Are you doing C3PO?
Man, we need a T-shirt that says "I'm a geek and I vote." Is there a T-shirt?
I think there is. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why that is there.
Yes, right along the nipples. Cut right here. Yes.
Yes.
In with the salt and the lemon juice afterwards. Oh, yes. Oh, my vacation in Canada was such a great idea. It's everything they told me about on Craigslist and more.
Oh, dear. Something's kicked in. I don't know what
Let's
it
go
is.
for hour two, everybody. Come on.
Why should we bother with a show today? This is it. This is MacBreak Weekly.
Never walk alone.
Tony, just stick some commercials in. We're done.
Dr. Strangelove as Jerry Lewis in The Nutty Fuhrer.
Okay, seriously, you guys.